Intensity makes a great story. Consistency makes the result. Light the room up in the open in months. Watch the training camp videos and the preseason stunts of the motivation. Watch the fire burn visible and wide. Then watch the same ones quiet down when the intensity dry. Into the ordinary and the sustainable and the long. Found out the intense ones burn the brightest and then gone, while the consistent ones are still in the room at the end. Intensity burns, consistency builds, that's the trend. I used to chase the intensity because it felt like proof. Intensity burns, consistency builds, that's the actual truth. Intensity burns, consistency builds the thing that lasts. Intensity has the highlight reel, consistency has the stats that matter in the long game. The body built in years. Intensity burns, consistency clears the field in the long run. Intensity burns, consistency won. Intensity is useful in the sprint and in the peak. Intensity has its place, but not in every single week of the long campaign. The sustainable is what compounds. The sustainable is what the year 5 version bounds into a thing the year 1 intensity could never build alone. Intensity burns, consistency's the stone laid into the structure that the fire couldn't make. Intensity burns, consistency's the stake. I used to chase the intensity because it felt like proof. Intensity burns, consistency builds, that's the actual truth. Intensity burns, consistency builds a thing that lasts. Intensity has the highlight reel, consistency has the stats that matter in the long game. The body built in years. Intensity burns, consistency clears the field in the long run. Intensity burns, consistency won. Intensity burns, consistency builds always. Not how fast, how many times. Yeah, watch the ones who sprinted into every single thing they tried. Watch the velocity approach produce results and then subside into the burnout of the pace that couldn't hold the long return. Watch the volume approach, run quiet, patient, slow to earn visibility, but compounding in the background every day. Volume beats velocity across the year, that's what I say to the part of me that wants to sprint toward the thing I'm after. Volume beats velocity, slower and lasting, last pass faster. I used to measure progress by the speed of the approach. Volume beats velocity, the consistency is coach. Volume beats velocity in the long games accounting. Volume beats velocity, the reps are what are mounting. Not the speed of a single session, but the total Nobody photographs the average day. 300 average days. Build it extraordinary. Yeah. Nobody writes the article about the average Wednesday. Nobody compresses the unremarkable into the screenplay of the transformation. Nobody names the session that was fine and unexciting as the pivotal progression in the story of the body or the business or the skill. But the average day is where the compound runs its drill. 300 average days without a story worth to tell. Build the one day that becomes a thing nobody else can sell. I used to wait for the days that felt worth doing for the extraordinary. The average day builds the extraordinary, yeah. That's the inventory. The average day builds extraordinary, yeah. The average day is where the compound makes it clear that the unremarkable repeated is the most remarkable of all. The average day builds the extraordinary, that's the goal. 300 average sessions build the one the article mentioned. The extraordinary session is the outlier, not the base. The extraordinary session is the exception in the space of the consistent and the average that's surrounded on all sides. The extraordinary only lasts because of what resides beneath it. In the average rig without the average, the extreme is nothing to extend from, has no compound and no seam to build. The gap against the average day is the foundation. The average day builds the extraordinary, yeah, that's the creation. I used to wait for the days that felt worth doing for the extraordinary. The average day builds the extraordinary, yeah. That's the inventory. The average day builds extraordinary, yeah. The average day is where the compound makes it clear that the unremarkable repeated is the most remarkable of all. The average day builds the extraordinary, that's the goal. 300 average sessions build the one the article mentions. Average day builds extraordinary, yeah. Always. Excellence isn't exciting. Excellence is repetitive. That's the secret. The elite aren't the ones who found a way to make it thrilling. The elite are the ones who kept showing up when boring was the feeling. Oh, of the session when the same movement for the 1,000th time produced no novelty, no spark, just the same climb through the familiar discomfort of the work already known. Found out that the excellence that lives inside the boring zone, not past it, not around it, right inside the repetition. Bored into excellence, that's the definition. I used to look for ways to keep the sessions new and interesting. Bored into excellence, the boring is the thing I'm mentoring. Bored into excellence, the same rep for the 1,000th time. Bored into excellence, the boring is the climb. Not a signal that the work has lost its value or its edge. Bored into excellence, the boring is the ledge above the ones who need the new. Bored into excellence, that's the view. Yeah, mastery is the ability to do the boring with full attention. Mastery is bringing the complete resource to the repetition without the novelty to justify the full engagement. The master treats the 1,000th rep without the same arrangement of the boredom miss twice, a habit forming. The first miss is the honest cost of being human in the grind. The first miss is the life arriving unannounced and the resigned. Acknowledgement that today the session doesn't find the room to run. The first miss is forgiven by the mind that understands the long game. It's the second miss that starts the negotiation of the standard starts to part. The consistency from the intention starts the drift. Never miss twice is the rule that holds the gift. I used to treat the second miss the same as the first. Never miss twice. The second one is where the pattern's cursed. Never miss twice. The first one is the human. Never miss twice. The second one's the ruin of the streak and the signal that the standard has upright. Never miss twice. One miss is fine. Two starts the ice of the slide into the missing being normal. Never miss twice. Keep the standard formal. The second miss decides if the first one was a cost of life, or the first brick in the wall of the excuse that holds the knife against the consistency. The second miss turns one bad day into a pattern that the third and fourth miss then display as the new normal. As the adjusted standard, as the floor drop below itself. Never miss twice is the door that stays between the single miss and the identity erosion. Never miss twice, the consistency's corrosion. I used to treat the second miss the same as the first. Never miss twice. The second one is where the pattern's cut. Never miss twice. The first one is the human. Never miss twice. The second one's the ruin of the streak and the signal that the standard has upright. Never miss twice. One miss is fine. Two starts the ice of the slide into the missing being normal. Never miss twice. Keep the standard formal. Miss twice. First human, second better. Done. Same time tomorrow. That's the whole plan. Didn't need it to be legendary, didn't need the rep to shine, didn't need the session to produce a feeling of divine alignment between the effort and the outcome and the goal. Didn't need today to be the turning point or the scroll that everyone will reference when they write the story later. Just needed to be done, and to be done the standard's greater. Requirement, same time tomorrow is the only destination. Same time tomorrow is the whole of the aspiration. I used to need the session to mean something worth the showing. Same time tomorrow is the only place the discipline is going. Same time tomorrow, that's the only plan I keep. Same time tomorrow, not the peak, not the leap, just the showing at the same time as the day before. Same time tomorrow, that's the consistency's door. Nothing more, nothing less. Same time tomorrow, that's the test. The session ends and the recovery begins, and then the next one. The session ends and the question is already done. Before attack, same time tomorrow is the answer. passion to mean something worth the showing. Same time tomorrow is the only place the discipline is going. Same time tomorrow, that's the only plan I keep. Same time tomorrow, not the peak, not the leap, just the showing at the same time as the day before. Same time tomorrow, that's the consistency's door. Nothing more, nothing less. Same time tomorrow, that's the test. Everyone thinks showing up is the prerequisite. Showing up is the skill. Whoa. Yeah. Used to think the showing up was just the getting there. Used to think the skill was everything that happened past the chair or the bar or the page after the arrival was complete. Used to discount the showing up as the administrative fee before the real work started. Found out the hard way that the showing up is what the best part of the skill display. Oh, happens through the ones who show regardless of the weather, are the ones whose output after years is held together. I used to take the showing up for granted as the easy part. Showing up is the skill, showing up is the entire art. Showing up is the skill, not the warm-up for the skill. Showing up is the discipline, made physical and real. The ability to show regardless of the condition of the day. Showing up is the skill, and the skill compounds away into the year, into the body. Showing up is the skill, that's the study. Talent without the showing is the most expensive nothing. Talent that stays home on the hard days builds up to something less than the consistent mediocre who never missed the session when the talent had already been dismissed by its own unwillingness to show and feeling flat. The showing up is what separates this from that. Every elite who ever built a thing worth building had to learn. Showing up is the skill, that's what consistency earns. I used to take the showing up for granted as the easy part. Showing up is the skill, showing up is the entire art. Showing up is the skill, not the warm-up for the skill. Showing up is the discipline, made physical and real. The ability to show regardless of the condition of the day. Showing up is the skill, and the skill compounds away into the year, into the body. Showing up is the skill, that's the study. Showing up is the skill, never easy. Not every day is a breakthrough. Maintenance days keep the breakthrough possible. session isn't building anything visibly new. Some days the session is just maintaining what came through from the weeks before, keeping the standard where it sits, keeping the system running, keeping all the bits of the compound from corroding back toward the previous floor. The maintenance day isn't glamorous, isn't what the lore of the transformation talks about, but pull the maintenance away and the breakthrough has no platform on the breakthrough day. I used to skip the days that didn't feel like progress worth logging. The maintenance days keep the compound from corroding. The maintenance days are not the failure of the fire. The maintenance days are the consistency's entire foundation, keeping the standard where the building can resume. The maintenance days, the unglamorous room between the breakthroughs, that's the real. The maintenance days are the compound still. On a Wednesday when the tank is low is worth more to the consistency than the fire and the show of the peak performance session when the stars align and burn. The maintenance day is the one that holds the consistency's return to the standard after everything that tried to pull it down. The maintenance day is the least discussed, the most profound component of the long game. Show up for the maintenance. The maintenance days are the consistency's maintenance. I used to skip the days that didn't feel like progress worth logging. The maintenance days keep the compound from corroding. The maintenance days are not the failure of the fire. The maintenance days are the consistency's entire foundation, keeping the standard where the building can resume. The maintenance days, the unglamorous room between the breakthroughs, that's the real. The maintenance days are the compound still. The streak isn't the reward. The streak is the standard. Doesn't exist, just a single showing. Day 7, the streak is a curiosity worth knowing. Day 30, the streak is a signal of intent. Day 90, the streak is the beginning of the cement of the identity. Day 100 and the streak is no longer the motivation. The streak is the technique of the discipline enforcing itself through the weight of what breaking it would cost. The streak is the standards gauge. I used to track the streak for the numbers' sake alone. The streak is the standard. The streak is the cornerstone. The streak is the standard, not the goal, not the score. The streak is the standard, the consistency at the core of the identity. The streak says I show up regardless of the day. The streak is the standard. The streak Not a special day, just Tuesday. That's exactly the point. No occasion for the session, no milestone on the wall, no record on the line, there ain't no audience to call. When it's to the effort, just a Tuesday. In a run of Tuesdays that will follow this one under the same sun, at the same time, in the same room, with the same bar on the floor. Tuesday is the discipline's most honest kind of door, because Tuesday doesn't come with any reason to be good. Tuesday is the whole game, Tuesday is the neighborhood. I used to wait for something bigger than a Tuesday to commit. Tuesday again, that's the consistency. That's it! Tuesday again. No occasion, no applause. Tuesday again. Consistency is its own because the Tuesday compounds into the year that nobody saw being built. Tuesday again. No reason and no guilt. Just the show it, just the do it. Tuesday again. That's what I'm pursuing. Intensity shows up for the launch and the event. Intensity brings fire to the high stakes and the men for the highlight reel. But intensity can't maintain the Tuesday when there's nothing but that Tuesday in the lane. Consistency shows up for the Tuesday without reason. Consistency is what builds a body in the season into something that the intensity alone could never make. Tuesday again, consistency's the only stay. I used to wait for something bigger than a Tuesday to commit. Tuesday again. That's the consistency. That's it. Tuesday again. No occasion, no applause. Tuesday again. Consistency is its own because Tuesday compounds into the year that nobody saw being built. Tuesday again. No reason and no guilt. Just the show it, just the do it. Tuesday again. That's what I am pursuing. Tuesday. Yeah, no occasion. Just the noise has a shelf life. The work doesn't. The noise has a shelf life. The work doesn't. Watch the loudest voices in the room get quiet over years. Watch the trending conversations fade into their arrears. Every viral moment that declared itself the final word got replaced in 90 days by the next one to be heard. But the work that ran beneath the noise, the work that no one tracked, the quiet output of the discipline that nothing has attacked, because nothing attacks what nobody's paying attention to. The work outlasts the noise and the work is always true. I was worried the noise was winning when I couldn't hear my own. The work outlasts the noise and the work has always known. The work outlasts the noise. The work is still here long after for the attention of the room. Stop trying to be louder than the things that move too soon. Let the noise perform its cycle, let it peak and let it crash. Let the work run quiet underneath and let it last. Now the noise has moved through several cycles since I started, and the work is still compounding, still going forward, still wholehearted. The noise is someone else's concern and someone else's game. The work outlasts the noise, and the work will do the same. I was worried the noise was winning when I couldn't hear my own. The work outlasts the noise, and the work has always known. The work outlasts the noise. The work is still here, long after the conversation moved on to the next frontier. The quiet output of the discipline compounds and stays. The work outlasts the noise across the months and the days. Noise fades, work remains. That's the silent discipline. Free, nobody gives you freedom. You buy it back one rep at a time. Used to think that freedom was a thing that life would hand. Found out fast it's something built with calluses on your hand. Every early morning traded for a future I couldn't see. Every late night session was a payment toward being free. Freedom isn't lounging, freedom isn't laying still. Freedom is the strength to walk away from what you will. Every rep's a coin I'm dropping in a jar I can't yet see. Filling up a future where the chains can't follow me. Couldn't borrow it, couldn't wish it, couldn't dream it whole. Had to build the strength to carry the weight of being free. Freedom costs reps, freedom costs years. Every ounce of it is paid in sweat and earned in tears. Nobody hands you out the keys to walk your own road. Freedom costs reps, I'm paying off the toll. Every set's a step toward the door. I'm buying back what's mine. Watch the ones who wanted freedom without paying any cost. Wanted the result without the discipline, and so they lost. Freedom isn't given out at birth, it's given out through proof. Built in every choice you make when no one's checking on the truth. Every boundary I set is a brick laid toward escape. Every habit I broke down is a debt I didn't let me skate. Now I'm walking lighter, carrying less weight than before. Freedom costs reps, and I'm finally paid in full. Couldn't borrow it, couldn't wish it, couldn't dream it whole. Had to build the strength to carry the weight of being free. Freedom costs reps, freedom costs years. Every ounce of it is paid in sweat and earned in tears. Nobody hands you out the keys to walk your own road. Freedom costs reps, I'm paying off the toll. Every set's a step toward the door. I'm buying back what's mine. Mine, 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 mine. till the moment it shows up loud. Strangers collecting nothing anyone can measure or see. Quiet hours, quiet choices, nothing flashy, nothing free. The growth was happening in basements, happening in the dark, while the visible world was watching someone else's spark. Didn't have a highlight reel, didn't have a crowd to clap, just a slow and silent building underneath the surface map. Now the evidence is walking, now the silence finally pays. Invisible for years and then it shows up overnight, they say. I used to need the witness, used to need the world to see. Now I trust the growth that happens when there's no one watching me. Invisible growth, building in the quiet hours. Nobody saw the seed, but everyone will see the flowers. The work was never loud, the work was never seen. Invisible growth, that's the only proven scheme. Silent for the years it took, loud the moment that it shook. Watch the ones who needed proof, every single step they made. Watch them quit when no one noticed, watch the hunger start to fade. I learned to feed myself on evidence that no one else could trace. The quiet kind of growth that doesn't happen on a stage. Every rep done in the empty room became a hidden stone, building something massive while the whole world looked at someone else's throne. Now it's standing here in front of them and they don't understand. This invisible growth was always built with these two hands. I used to need the witness, used to need the world to see. Now I trust the growth that happens when there's no one watching me. Invisible growth, building in the quiet hours. Nobody saw the seed, but everyone will see the flowers. The work was never loud, the work was never seen. Invisible growth, that's the only proven scheme. Silent for the years it took, loud the moment that it shook. Invisible. Growth. Now it shows. The first rep back, yeah, the hardest and the most important. Stood outside the door for 20 minutes, didn't go in. Knew the weights were lighter now, knew exactly where I've been. Before the break, before the fall, before the months away. Every reason not to walk back through that door and play. But the first rep back's the one that all the other reps are built on. Without the first one, none of the others ever get begun. So I walked in with the lighter weight and didn't fake the shame. The first rep back doesn't care about the number, just the name. I was waiting to be ready, waiting to feel like I belonged. The first rep back is how you get to where you're strong. First rep back, everything starts here. Doesn't matter what the weight is, doesn't matter how I appear. Every comeback didn't take while healing lived inside that lift. Every day I spent rebuilding everything I'd missed, but I finished the first set and felt the thing. I came back for the same signal in the body that was always there before. First rep back is proof the body doesn't forget the code. First rep back is how the whole rebuild reloads. I was waiting to be ready, waiting to feel like I belong. The first rep back is how you get to where you're strong. First rep back, everything starts here. Doesn't matter what the weight is, doesn't matter how I appear. Every comeback starts with one rep in the door. First rep back, then one more, then one more. Not where I was, where I'm going. Every first rep keeps the fire going. First rep back, then one more. Nothing outside this room matters until this is done. Nothing outside. Nothing outside. Nothing outside. Nothing outside this room matters. Phones face down, door is closed, the world can wait an hour. Every distraction gets a number, not a single minute's power. When the zone arrives, I recognize it now before it leaves, 'cause I wasted it enough time chasing smaller relevancies. Locked in isn't a feeling, it's a decision made before. Close the tab, silence everything, lock it from the door. Treat the next 2 hours like the only two that matter. Let everything outside that window sit and scatter. I used to wait for focus to arrive like it was weather. Now I manufacture it by locking everything together. Locked in, nothing gets through. This is the only hour. Every rep, every word, every movement at full power. The world can have the rest of it. This block belongs to me. Locked in, this is what it means to be finally free. So manufactured, not awaited. Locked in, fully concentrated. Watch the scattered version of myself get half of everything. Split the hour into quarters and produced a hollow thing. Now I guard the deep work session like it's the rarest thing I own, 'cause it isn't. Every interruption cost me more than I've been shown. So the doors close, the clock set, the single task is loaded. Every ounce of what I've got goes in until it's coded. Locked in is convenient rest of the values and the standards and the code that held the line. A version that was easier to manage and assign into the system that they needed me to fill. A cheaper version, broadly compliant, broadly still enough to function in the space without the cost of real. I saw the discount clearly, that's why I didn't deal. The cheap version was always on the shelf and always offered. Cheap versions available, the real one never bought her. Cheap versions available, I don't run that sale. Every discount on the identity would tell a different tale of a person who agreed when the agreeing cost the code. Cheap versions available, I don't carry that low. Full price, full identity, no discount on what I built to be. The pressure always came in reasonable language, always dressed in a vocabulary of the practical and the addressed reality of this situation as they saw the room. Always made the cheap version sound like wisdom, sound like room for growth, for pragmatism, for maturity to take the trade. I declined politely every time the offer was remade. Full version, full identity, full cost, full code. Cheap versions available, but the real ones, what I show. The cheap version was always on the shelf and always offered. Cheap versions available, the real one never bought her. Cheap versions available, I don't run that sale. Every discount on the identity would tell a different tale of a person who agreed when the agreeing cost the code. Cheap versions available, I don't carry that low. Full price, full identity, no discount on what I built to be. Cheap versions available, not running that sale. Don't need to see the compound to believe in the compound. The math doesn't need my faith to run. Faith and math seem like they're running in two different lanes, but the long game requires both and neither one complains about the other. You need the faith to keep going when the math hasn't surfaced any evidence yet along the path. And you need the math to make sure the faith isn't misplaced on a system that doesn't compound on the direction that's erased by the evidence. If you look close enough to read it, faith in the math, that's the long game, that's how I feed it. I used to need the proof before I trust the system running. Faith in the math means trusting the compound before it's coming. Faith in the math, trust the compound that you cannot see. Faith in the math, it runs regardless of your certainty. The long game doesn't need your belief to do its work. Faith in the math, keep going through the murk. Trust the system, trust the ray. Faith in the math, the compound doesn't wait. Consistent habit I maintained, extrapolated 10 years forward, watch the picture change from the modest daily input to the staggering long result. Watch the compound turn the boring into the difficult. To dispute is anything but significant at the end. Faith in the math means doing the projection and the bend of the daily forward into the future without stopping. Faith in the math and keep the daily dropping. I used to need the proof before I trust the system running. Faith in the math means trusting the compound before it's coming. Faith in the math, trust the compound that you cannot see. Faith in the math, it runs regardless of your certainty. The long doesn't wait. The compound doesn't wait. Didn't remove the discomfort, made the discomfort familiar. Didn't get tough by avoiding what was hard until it left. Got tough by repeating what was hard until I was deaf. Got the navigation of the discomfort until the floor of what I found uncomfortable. Move further from the door of a familiar until what used to shake me at the base was just a Tuesday, just a session, just a standard pace. Comfortable with uncomfortable isn't a feeling, it's a track record of showing up to discomfort until the discomfort gets remastered. I used to wait until the discomfort has to do the work. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the metal tough spark. Comfortable with uncomfortable, the discomfort didn't leave. Comfortable with uncomfortable, I just stopped needing to believe that the comfort had to come first before I could begin. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the state I'm in. Not gone, just familiar. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the mirror. Every time I ran toward the thing that made the session hard, every time I chose the harder variation of the card, I was already holding every rep past the comfortable end, added to the track record of navigating around the bend of the discomfort until the bend was just a corner and the corner was just a turn and the turn was just a former obstacle rebranded in the texture of the route. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's what mental tough's about. I used to wait until the discomfort has to do the work. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the metal, the tough spark. Comfortable with uncomfortable, the discomfort didn't leave. Comfortable with uncomfortable, just stop needing to believe that the comfort had to come first before I could begin. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the state I'm in. Not gone, just familiar. Comfortable with uncomfortable, that's the mirror. Comfortable with uncomfortable, still wanting to growth didn't account for what growth cost. I asked for this. Ask for the resilience and receive the pressure that fills it into the shape that resilience actually lives in. Ask for the discipline and receive the daily giving of the comfortable for the difficult rep after rep. Ask for the character and receive the test that reveals it. Ask for all of it, knowing what it takes. I ask for this, the ownership of the ache. I used to want the outcome comes without the cost attached to them. I asked for this, the cost is in the asking. I accept them. I asked for this when I asked for the growth. I asked for this when I committed to both the result and the process that produces the result. I asked for this, no surprise. That's the adult's ownership of what the asking costs. I asked for this. No ownership loss. The hard section is the answer to the prayer for the strength. The difficult relationship is the answer to the length. The patience I requested when I said I wanted to be patient. The failure is the answer to the growth I was complacent about. The cost of everything I'm going through right now is a direct response to something I once asked for somehow. I asked for this, the bill arrived in a form I didn't specify. I asked for this, that's the ownership. That's why I used to want the outcomes without the cost attached to them. I asked for this, the cost is in